mentioned in my previous video a few times about the precedent that this raid by the FBI on Mar O Lago, which is Trump's current residence, is going to set for the future. This could be used potentially by the President of the United States, future Secretaries of Justices, and future directors of the FBI to use the Federal Bureau of Investigation in any way they may see fit. And a few people on the left have actually spoken out against this, especially in regards to the raid, giving it a major condemnation. One of these people happens to be Andrew Yang. I'm reading from an article on Yahoo where it says Andrew Yang condemns FBI raid on Trump's Mar O Lago residence. In a series of tweets on Tuesday, Yang47 wrote that although he is no Trump fan, the raid on the former U.S. president's Palm Beach residence could be viewed as unjust persecution by millions of Americans. Here's his tweet. I'm no Trump fan. I want him as far away from the White House as possible. But a fundamental part of his appeal has been that it's him against a corrupt government establishment. This raid strengthens that case for millions of Americans who will see this as unjust persecution. This article goes on to say that, for a few other tweets made by Yang, it seems that like this was authorized by a local judge and a particular FBI office without buy-in or notification of high levels of government. The former presidential candidate added in a follow-up tweet. But literally no one will believe that or make a distinction. It's probably bureaucratic, but it seems political. Of course, this article, just to let you know, occurred yesterday on Thursday. So just wanted to let you know, very recently, Merrick Garland actually went to an interview to say that he did actually authorize the raid. But in regards to that, the fact that even Andrew Yang, who is no Trump fan, sees this as a major political attack against Donald Trump, should cause the liberals to worry. And I know that a lot of leftists, especially those on Twitter, are celebrating the fact that the FBI is attacking Donald Trump at Mar O Lago, or just trying to raid his place for any possible charges, or such as the allegation that he may have taken classified nuclear documents, something which I still do not believe, and I think it's very far-fetched. But then again, it's Twitter. It's so weird how Twitter acts, especially in regards to how they want to defund the police, but in regards to the FBI, they're in full support of using the FBI in regards to attacking their political opponents. Now, I just want to let you guys know this isn't the first time, especially recently, that the FBI has been going after political opponents. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys remember that the FBI arrested a gubernatorial candidate for the GOP in Michigan over possible involvement with the January 6th protest. But the fact that it's against Donald Trump, a former president of the United States, opens up whole new doors. Because now presidential candidates and former presidents can possibly be looked at. And the FBI can be used potentially, as a means to try to get rid of their candidates, to try to attack them in some way. I mean, this would not be the first time. Not in the case of the FBI. This is the first time they actually went after investigating very directly a president of the United States. But it isn't the first time how a president uses a secret group to attack their political rivals. I'm looking at the issue of Watergate, especially when Richard Nixon, the president at that time, used his own men to break into the Democratic National Committee headquarters at Watergate Hotel and tried to steal any potential documents that could basically destroy the Democrats' chances of winning the presidency. Of course, they were caught, and this was linked to Richard Nixon, and he had to resign. But the fact that now it's an actual government organization, what does that mean when it's now an actual government organization that can be willing to do this? In the past, it was just basically tradition that that former presidents and former candidates would not be touched at all, even if they did something potentially that was against the law or in violation of the Constitution. Now, with Donald Trump being actively investigated, or at least actively raided by the FBI, this adds a few new doors. This opens up a few new doors. In my honest opinion, with this precedent, unless a certain law or certain regulation is implemented, the FBI can't be used to do something like this again. This is why I think people on the left should be worried. Who's to say that this will not happen to the left? It's already happened to Donald Trump. Hell, there's been groups such as, of course, like people on Twitter or on YouTube or Facebook that have been constantly trying to suppress not only conservative channels or conservative people, but also progressives. And considering the fact that Jen Psaki, the former press secretary of the White House, actually said that they were talking and coordinating with many of these big tech websites in order to counter disinformation on COVID. Who's to say that something similar will not happen in regards to the FBI? This is a scary thought, and this is something that a lot of people on the left should think about. This is not a partisan issue. It should not be a partisan issue. This is about an issue in regards to the possibility that this may drift further and further to authoritarianism, something which I will not support. Here's the thing. I honestly believe that if a candidate or a former president, or if anybody, even the current president, or current president, should call him more like a resident instead of president, but still, even in that regard, they should still, if it turns out that there is a crime and they had evidence, they should be arrested. Especially with what happened with Joe Biden and his dealings with Hunter Biden, which obviously did happen, and he obviously lied. But is he going to be charged and taken out of office? No. But still, with this precedent now established, that is out the window. 100% out the window. And that means that potentially any political candidate, any former president, any other person who's held or is holding political office is fair game, especially when it comes to potential political attacks. This is something that I do not like. If they have actually committed a crime and the evidence says that they committed a crime, they deserve to be put in jail. But if they did it and this is meant to be political in nature, then that's a problem. This is why I'm in the full support of defunding the FBI. In fact, I would not have a problem with abolishing the FBI in general, especially with what they've been doing pretty recently. I honestly would have no problem with it whatsoever. In fact, I would say that would be, in my opinion, a very good thing for this country. But again, that's just my opinion. This is not meant... I'm not trying to encourage the... I'm not trying to use this video as a threat to anyone who's of different politics to me. I'm saying this as a major warning. And I think that a lot of people on the left agree with me on this point. the FBI and any other alphabet organization currently run by the government should not, I repeat, should not be used in any political manner whatsoever. The FBI being used as this makes them look more and more like the KGB. And that's a very scary feeling. First, now it's going to be on the right. But what happens if it goes to the left? What happens if they decide to go to the left? Or a major progressive candidate, Andrew Yang, for example, or maybe Bernie Sanders, or some major socialist like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I don't like them, any of them, but unless they commit a major crime and there's evidence of that, they should not be touched. That alone is a scary feeling that I think every single American, whether or not they are on the right side of the spectrum or the left side, should think about. And they should definitely worry. And I hope that if Donald Trump does run in 2024, which is looking like he is, I hope he goes on to defund the FBI, or better, abolish it. That would be a major improvement, in my personal opinion. My name is No Me, handle the Art Truth. Please post your comments down below, like this video, subscribe, and share with friends. Also, if you have any issues in regards to improvements, please be sure to post them down directly in the bomb or message me. Thank you.